Okay, welcome back. So let's make some of our materials below. Right? The material of the object below. So the method is a bit similar to the previous one. But the difference is that it can see above, right? It can see above. So we need to make a separate material on top of it. The material on it is very simple. We can just give it a flatter color. Because it has a lot of complicated content. So we don't need to do anything particularly complicated. So it will involve two materials. It's the one on the top and the one on the side. The side is the same as the one we drew before. As for the above, we can just make a single mistake. Okay, let's select our grass screen. Then create a new material. Let's first delete its default material. Let's create something directly. Self-illuminating material. That's because we only have one material, so it doesn't differentiate between top and bottom. Then let's give it a blue color here first. Blue-green bar. A little bit darker. It's such a feeling. What about its brightness and the green here? The brightness is about the same, but it will be slightly more blue. Okay, it serves as the material above. Then we will create a new material slot. Then create a new material. Good. Delete this schematic BSDF. Now it doesn't have any material nodes. That's tight. We'll do it in a moment. What then? We need to assign material 21 to the side surfaces of our object. So we need to enter edit mode. Select face. Hold down your Alt key. Click on this edge between these two faces. It will loop. Pay attention to this side. Vertical edge. If you click on the horizontal edge, then it will be a ring selection in this direction, right? Let's select all this string, because this string is vertical for us. So we assign material 021 to it. Because our material 021 does not have any texture. So after specifying it, it becomes a black. Of course, turning black is what we expect. We still need to draw the texture here. How to draw? Can you still remember? Okay, let's choose the model. Counter plus taper key. We enter texture painting. Then we can try to draw. It will have some error messages. Just no texture. Right? How to draw without texture. So we're up there. Texture slot. For this material 021, just create a new texture base color. We still choose 4096. Then its background color. Just a white one will do. So we have the texture. Connect it to it. It will turn into a white mark. Let's shrink the brush a little bit. Then we will still use black. Because if you create a white background, then you draw black on top. If you create a black background, of course, you have to paint it white, isn't it? We also selected Shift H. Show it independently first. Then go to the Control Tip key to draw. Just paint black. Just use a hard edge brush. Then the painting method is the same as just now. We still need to turn on our dog walking mode. Then draw some small vertical lines. I wish some of those vertical lines were thicker. Some are thinner. So when you first start painting, don't draw too densely. Right? Then be sure to draw it. To paint to the end, don't draw a broken line. Right? Good. Now I think it's because the painting is thick. Then what? Let's make the brush a little thinner. Give me a 10. Let's draw some more details. If that's the location. We all just feel free to do it. Right? Whatever. Just look at the painting. Some places are a little denser. It's a little sparse in some places. You see, it will look better. And this side, just paint it all. In this case, we will draw it. The top and bottom seem to be particularly clean, right? Not drawn. 其实不然已经画到了. Because the top and bottom sides 其实我们是被其他的材质给覆盖 so you can't see. 我们可以回到图像编辑器。你看一下我们顶底画没画到。It seems that I really didn't draw it. Let's go back to drawing. Yes, it seems that we really didn't draw the top and bottom parts because it has a new material. So it was covered. Okay, then we have finished painting now. Don't forget after you finish drawing. You just have to paint the texture. All need to be saved. Pay attention. In this image editor, is this texture of ours? Has not been saved either. Let's also save it. Just leave the name as default. Good. Then this texture is also saved. Then we go back to Shader Editor. So exit our drawing mode. Out H returns to the scene. So actually the rest of it is exactly the same as this. That is, we don't need a black and white. What we need is for it to be able to control some colors. Let it produce some color changes. If we don't add A to C here, we still create a mixed color among the colors. Connect it and use it to control the fine number. Then we can use A to adjust a lighter one. The color of the strips. That B is this slightly darker color. Right? It's a deep one on the side. Green feeling. So the light strips and the dark green color. Don't make the contrast too obvious, because it is not the main subject of our picture. If the contrast is particularly obvious, the effect among us will be partially emphasized by it. When it is weaker, our eyes will be focused on the place between us. When it is stronger, our sight will actually be partially pulled away by it. That would look a bit overwhelming. Okay, now we have completed such an effect. Then we also hope that the faces on both sides of it can have the same effect as the middle one. It means that there is an obvious bright area and a backlight area. So we choose the small raised platform in the middle. We can use the material nodes we used before. Copy it directly to us for future use. On the object with the same material node, then what we are going to use is the following group. Includes its positive blend node. Let these four nodes. Use shortcut keys for center selection. Ctrl+C to make a copy. It will show you the four nodes copied. Then come back to this. We Ctrl+B to paste four nodes. Then put this node. We plug it directly into A. All other algorithms remain unchanged. Output directly here. You can see its dark side will be affected by a pole on our side. Right? It becomes very simple. What about the other side? In fact, the same principle applies. We are actually the same color as it. But textures may not be shared. That is, the textures we draw below cannot be shared. So we have to repaint its texture. Then, let's let it make a correlation first. Ctrl-L, let's do the association of the previous material. We'll find the texture on it. The colors above are related. What about the lower part? We go into the area ratio. Press Out key. Make a loop on its side. We will make this material 21. Assign it to the past. Let's take a look. Do you see it here? The texture cannot be matched. The reason is its texture. It was copied from this object. And this texture, in fact, it can only correspond to the UV of this object, right? Let's take a look. Its UV happens to look like this. And what about the UV of this object? Let's pay attention. It looks like this. So if it's like this, you use the previous UV. In fact, there is no way to correct it. So it shows a uncomfortable state. What to do? Our textured materials. We're going to copy it. That is to say, let the relationship between them can't be exactly the same. Let's copy it. After copying, in fact, we can't have this picture. Cross it out. Press the Control key and the right mouse button. Remove it. Its texture we have to create for it separately. And draw. Control Table key, we enter texture drawing. On top, we create a new basic color texture for this material 022. Still 4096. The default color is white. Pay attention to this texture. We can just insert it directly into the coefficients. Or we can output it directly first. This way you can see it more clearly. Select this model Shift-H. We display it independently. Then we re-enter drawing mode. We're going to draw the texture that belongs to it. We turn on anti-shake. We can just draw a few random lines. You can draw a few lines quickly. There are some minor problems at the back. Did you see? Some of them seem to have been painted. We'll deal with it individually later. Good. Then we can make a slightly thinner one. It's actually quite thin. Let's make a thicker one. Our previous one was 16. 16 is thick. Looks like it's still not enough. Let's make a 6. Because it has something to do with the distance of the viewing angle. Do the previous 7. Let's draw it. What do you think looks good? Just draw it like what you want. I think we need to be a little closer here. Otherwise, it is not thin enough. It looks like the effect is the same twice. Because I just said, the effectiveness of the brush we draw. In addition to the effect you set, your distance from the object will also affect. It's promising effect. There seems to be some small problems. Then we'll deal with it later. Because we now know how to deal with it. So you draw first. Because sometimes I saw this painting. Just pulled it directly to the other side. So let's draw it first. After painting, we can go away now. Go to the current screen and process it. We directly change the material editor below. Change to image editor. Then we change the image editor's view. Change to draw. This will be very convenient for you. Where can I see? Some effects occurred that should not occur. Then let's cancel the anti-shake in our brush. Press the Control key to draw white. We can zoom in a little bit. Press Control key. Let's put some drawn parts. Rub it. Some are drawn to this side, right? We also use smaller brushes. Just wipe it off. Some of the problems in drawing are actually not big. Because we have the color above. It'll cover it. Right? One more thing. Take a look. Okay, that's about it now. Okay, then don't forget that this picture also needs to be pure. Okay, then let's go back to the left side editor. Again, we plug it into the coefficients of our mixture. Then put the last one. Use the multiply blending method, that node to perform an output. So if this is the case, the material of our large lawn. We have also finished drawing it. Right, very good. Very beautiful. Of course, the ground below. We also generally need to use this method. It will be more fun to draw. Can draw some small things that are more fun. Then there are some small objects on top. Let's finish it with all the materials. For example, there will be some small dots. Let's just use blue. Use it Control L to associate materials. And then there's our left side. There is also a little flower. It forgot to make a material, right? Then delete it. What about them? Also use blue. Control L. Right? What about the ground? Let's not use blue for now. Because of the blue, there will be a big contrast with the ground. We can use the ones on the trees. That light green. Make it a little lighter. Because our ground. Not done yet. That material. But we are planning to take it. To make one. Light green feeling. What's on it? Also a light blue. Relate it to the past. Okay, now accept Pikachu. In addition to the big ground below, have we already finished the remaining materials? Very good, right? Very good. There are some small details on it. Let's add it last. Okay, so great. Okay, so what's next? We also use similar methods. Put this on the ground. A little square of ours. The above materials were also made by myself. That's because there are more textures on it. So this time we're just going to go right on top of it. Just paint it. Let's try it. First of all, or create a new material for it. Then we delete its default material. Then Control Table key. We enter its texture drawing. Then what? Texture slot on top. Let's create a new base color for it. What about the basic color this time? Let's just set it up directly. Really basic color. For example, let's first set up a dark green, right? Slightly darker color is to make the color below it. Click to add. What about this case? Our image is out. Connect it to it, right? It just has a color like this by default. So after having such a color, I drew one directly on top of it, a color effect for the upper layer. Then we want to absorb its color first. Then make it lighter. This way it will be relatively faster. So how do we quickly add? Go get a new color. We can use a shortcut key. It's Shift X. Note that Shift. Place it where you want to absorb color. Put the mouse over first. Go to Shift X again. Put it over first, and then go to Shift X. After sucking it, change the brightness. Pull up. So we have a lighter color. I think it's a bit too shallow. You can try it. The color is okay now. Then I hope to just draw the top of it. Side I hope. Don't draw it directly. So now it is obvious that it may be more difficult for us to draw on three-dimensional objects. We can go into its image editor. Then change its view to draw. So let's take a look. The top of it is here. So if you want to color it all, we can enlarge its brush a little bit. Then we can paint it properly here. The position of its edge. We can zoom out a little bit. Then we slowly paint along its edge. It doesn't matter if it's a little bit more, because in a moment we can manually draw a small wavy line. Sleep. What should I do if I draw too much? It doesn't matter. We can switch these two colors. Put white as the first color. Then put the mouse on the dark area. Also CVTX. In this case, we have two colors. Then we all know that if you press the Control key to draw, you can draw the color behind it. Then it feels a bit like our eraser, right? So I draw too much. You can press the Control key to wipe back. Press the Control key and let it paint the second color, right? Actually, it doesn't matter. Because of its edge, in a moment we are going to process it into a wavy line, and then zoom in a little bit on our strokes. Paint the inside of this a light green color. That is the color above us. Then I mainly use the mouse to draw here. If you still have a tablet. Of course, you can also use your own digital tablet to draw. Everything is possible. If you don't have a tablet, it's okay for you to draw like I am now. Then we need to place the grass on these two squares. Paint two more greenish colors. Let it be with this grass. Better connection. I adjust the color to a slightly greener one. Let's try it by drawing a stroke on the screen first. I think it's okay. It could be a little brighter. Not bad. Then I will paint on the grass. As for the grassland, I will draw the word from it, because you can see it more clearly. Right. When we just want to paint the colors on it. In fact, you can also brush it on the top character picture. It is more convenient. They'll paint it the color of grass now, just along the lower border of our lawn. Draw a circle for it. Right? Don't draw too straight. Let's keep it a little bit here. Just have some natural state. Also on the other side. You don't need to draw particularly straight. Make it a little more natural. It's confirmed now. 2 meadows. Actually, let's take a look. Plan view from below. Yes, we happen to make a stroke. Then you can paint it completely if you want. Then we can just apply it directly. Use the top edge to draw an edge range. A range of edges from its top drawing. Then we can just paint it underneath. Okay, now we've drawn it. After drawing it, I just said that I hope that the lower edge of it. Can there be something? There's some of this down. Can have the feeling of some small wavy lines. So let's put the mouse on the light green. Shift X. Let's suck in its color. Press F key. We can go and narrow the aperture of its brush a little bit. Then words. I'm going to draw some little wavy lines here. Right? Draw some wavy lines. So we're on the side of it. For example, from here. Make it feel uneven. You can draw smaller. Bigger. Everything is possible. What's next to? Next to it is this blue one. Right? If it's blue, we'll paint it with blue later. We can use some light green to paint this side first. Then the other side is actually the same. Let's paint this place. It can be either bigger or smaller. Draw some small wavy lines. We won't need to draw anything later. Here, let's draw it a little bigger. Then press it under the grass, and it should be green. Isn't it? So we put the mouse over. Shift X. So let's start from here. We paint dark green. Paint this green. Isn't it? A little bigger. Smaller. Let's draw slowly. They are areas covered by grass. Also, this side. Is that so? Okay, it's the same here too. Draw another smaller one. Draw another big one. What's behind? Let's paint it too. What if we do animation later? It's possible. See it. If you want to rotate to a larger angle. A smaller place. Draw a bigger one. Draw a smaller one. Draw another one bigger. Draw this side. Let's let it pass. Good. Then we continue to draw. Smaller, bigger. We can just make our own use of it. And then the most. Then a slightly smaller one. What about now? Is this the shape we have below? It's already finished. Very good. It's the effect we want to do. What about after the painting is finished? Let's add a little more details to it. First of all, we are still chevron. Tie the dark color underneath. Then we make the color a little darker. We're going to paint some texture effects on it. What about these textures? We all also exert ourselves. Draw some small circles. Some little dots, similar to the feeling under the soil. Small dots, small circles. You can draw without being so smooth. Right? You can just draw as you like. Give it a hand-drawn feel. It is also one of our 3 choices. A very interesting little feature. Right? Use 3D scene. Using a 3-dimensional approach. Then what? How does it feel when we make it? In fact, it looks very 2-dimensional. Right? Also on the other side. Apply it. Let. It has a smeared feel. You can also let it continue. Right? This place. Draw too much. We can give it a second color to act as an eraser for it. So we can press the Control key, right? To do the last erase. Wipe out the inside. Good. Then we will continue with the picture later. The following words. We can't see it from our perspective. In other words, our later animation. You won't look under it. So you don't need to draw below. Remaining positions. We can paint a little bit. Good. Side. Let's draw a big one from the bottom first. And then some little dots. Some bubbles. Just draw it as you like. Our classmates don't have to draw the same thing as me. Right? Just draw according to your own feelings. Da-da-da. Okay, now we have painted a very good effect. Very good, right? What about the ground above us? If you would like to order, you can also order a few snacks. But what about the color? Don't be too heavy. We still Shift X. Suck the color. Then what? Let's pull and click a little bit. You can find some location at will. There seems to be some problems in some locations above. Let's take a look at which locations. Here, right? It should be the color in the picture we just drew. It seems like it was accidentally painted on. Shift. Then let's erase it again. So it's very convenient for us to draw. And we can get a little closer on this side. Okay, it's okay now. Then let's go back to the little point we just made. Then the brush is slightly smaller. We find some locations where we need to place some small details. We can just order it casually. Okay. It's best to look at it from a bird's eye view. Otherwise, it might be a little off. Okay, then use how you feel now. I think it's okay. Shift X. The color of this place. Shift X. Some small details. You can come and check it out for yourself. Let's all give it a little fix. Make up a little bit. And it. Shift X. Especially the side facing the camera, right? If there is any problem, let's handle it a little bit ourselves. So if this is the case, parts of our materials, basically, it's not much different, right? What else is missing? It still lacks the material of Pikachu above us. The material of Pikachu. We'll leave it until the next few lessons. But it's actually very simple, right? Materials with other parts of our. The methods are almost the same. Yes, there is a little bit less to say here. Even the material below us actually needs to have one. The feeling of being illuminated is the same as above. We are still Control V. Take the set of nodes we just copied. Then connect it. It has the same effect. Right? Very good. Good. Let's Control S to save our screen. Then the remaining part. We'd better come back to the next class and continue talking.